Do you want to know the best keyword research tools that we use in our self-publishing businesses? Well, then stay tuned today. Welcome to Self-Publishing with Dale, and if you want to learn tips and strategies for self-publishing your own books, then make sure you subscribe and turn your notifications on to get all my latest videos. Today's live stream is brought to you in part by Grammarly, the world's best online grammar checker and plagiarism detector. Grammarly is one of my go-to resources. You may have seen one of my videos. It's one of my top viewed videos about the Grammarly review. If you want more details on getting your own free account or premium access, head on over to selfpublishingwithdale.com/Grammarly. Now we've got all the plugs out of the way. I want to make sure that before we do get into the stream, we talk about our best keyword research tools for self-publishing. We want to make sure we get you on the up and up because we're going deep into the holiday season. Deep into the holiday season. So my wife and I are going to be out of the office this next Thursday. So we're going to be putting the self-publishing interview next week. Shh, don't tell anybody. It's going to be pretty friggin' awesome. So it's going to be my treat to you, but I'm not going to tell you who it is yet. But we're going to say this. I've had many people come through my interview schedule here lately, some of which, can I drop some names? Can I drop some names? I'm going to drop some names. Tom Corson Knowles, Dave Chesson, Chris Fox. I've got a treasure trove of the who's who in the self-publishing industry, and you guys can't miss out on this one. That'll be this next Thursday. So we're going to be doing our live stream instead Monday night at 5 p.m. That's just this next week only because we're going to be out of the office. We got some fun things we're going to be doing. Yeah, we like to do
5 p.m. Eastern.
That's 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Gonna want to catch that one on our next live. We're actually going to be talking about our best free resources for self-publishing. Yeah, we're going to share some of the things that don't cost us a dime, but makes us a little bit of extra cash in our spare time. So in any event, want to see here, if you happen to be inside the live stream, drop a comment on in here. And if you happen to be watching this on the replay, we want to hear from you. What are you doing? What's in your projects? What's in your queue? And what is your favorite keyword research tool? So what's the deal with keywords?
If you don't have good keywords, people aren't going to be able to find your stuff.
You're not going to be able to find my stuff.
And you're not going to be able to make money, and that just makes people sad.
So you've actually shared with people your experience in keywords, because it's not just in self-publishing, is it?
Well, it's a broad part of self-publishing.
Yeah.
So not just necessarily the Kindle book self-publishing.
Yeah. So you've done it outside of publishing, though, in other things.
Yes.
So, for instance, what we had got into before I got into publishing.
Yeah, but I really didn't know what I was doing. I just put stuff out there.
Yeah. So, which is pretty amazing. She did Amazon FBA, and of course I was just her part-time lackey at one point before I jumped into the self-publishing business. And, keywords are critical. Keywords make your products more discoverable by your ideal audience.
And I started eBay in 1998, and I didn't know I was actually learning keywords back then.
Yeah, so, that's the way you communicate with your audience. The keywords are the bridge to your audience. Now, this was a very fun conversation I had today with Dave Chesson. So when you guys finally get a chance to see Dave's interview, we talk a lot about the actual value of keywords. Are keywords the be-all, end-all of a product? Let's get that out there. Is it the be-all, end-all of a product?
I don't think it's the be-all, end-all, but it's pretty dag important.
Dag important. Hopefully, YouTube, you don't demonetize us for that foul language my wife's using here.
Dag.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Okay.
Katya, it's good to see you. Jacutie Pie, it's always great to see you. So, any event, here's the thing. Keywords are critical to the success of your overall book, okay? Is it the be-all, end-all? No, it is just definitely one of those supporting cast and characters within your self-publishing business. And keywords are always and forever shifting. And this is why keyword research is something you should make a part of your daily method of operation. In other words, going and researching these things. Now, should a person be spending 2 hours a day doing keyword research? No. And I had a good conversation with one of my friends some time ago, and he said he was joking, but he said, I'm going to probably take the next couple hours doing some keyword research. I was like, what's wrong with you?
Now, you can take a couple hours and do research, but just for keywords, you're going to be going in a rabbit hole and just putting all these mazes out there. You're going to confuse yourself.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Ava is on the air here. My good assistant was up for sure. She knows a little bit about keywords and the importance. Actually, she helps me out with my keyword optimization over on my website. So that really is what helps bring in some of the traffic there. So we're talking about keywords, and I think it's just perfect for us to kind of transition over. We're going to talk about our top 5 keyword research tools. Now, there are some that maybe Kelly will disagree with me on, and I welcome her to disagree. And if you disagree as well, please go ahead. I want to hear from you and what you do for keyword research. So I'm going to start with the very first one. This is the one you came up with, and this is going to be kind of like, you're going to go, well, I guess I never thought of that. So, number 5.
Intuition.
Intuition. What do you mean by intuition?
Maybe you just have to have a gift, and I'm not trying to float my ego, but I talked to a good pal, we mastermind about journals, and he always wants keyword information, and it's really hard because in my head, I just think, if I want to buy this product, what would I search in the, Amazon search bar? I have looked elsewhere, and we'll discuss some other ones, but I just think that's the easiest, and that's just what I typically stick with.
Yeah. It was, not too long ago, I was having a virtual assistant. This was before Ava came into the fold. And I was training this virtual assistant up with the belief that, well, if I can just kind of train some of these systems that I do, I wouldn't have to worry about it. And yeah, in theory, that can work. But there's one thing you can't teach. It's intuition. And quite frankly, she's got separate intuition skill set than I do. So there are some things that she is obliterating it right now. And I could try my best to go and do the same thing she does, but here's the problem is her way of gathering some of the information and keywords is much different than what I do. So I could probably say, for instance, I crush it in fitness. I mean, I know exactly the keywords to look for and where to do it and how to do it. But for you know how to really crush it in like fiction and some of the romance stuff. Like you could annihilate it. You try to give me a romance book, forget about it. I'm going to be losing some money. So, there's a good reason why she does a lot of the fiction in the household and I do the nonfiction. But don't be confused. She still does nonfiction. So, at any rate, that just kind of was just a way to illustrate exactly what I mean. But intuition. So, what do you think? Is that kind of a hang-up? Do you think you're able to kind of do that yourself? I definitely would love to hear from you in the comments. Go ahead, just drop them on down in there. So, this next one is probably one of my favorite ones.
Oh.
It's a good go-to. Great go-to. Number 4, social media. Social media. So, I know you've got one of yours. Let me get mine out of the way. Mine's going to be, first of all, Twitter. Twitter, if you could just search up any kind of hashtag. So, let's just throw out an example for fitness, which you can type in, let's say, hashtag FitFam, or hashtag health, or hashtag fitness. And what you do is you'll search those things up, and you're going to find other relevant keywords. Now, you're probably going to go, well, but Dale, those are hashtags. How is that going to be applicable? But the funny thing is it's going to grease the wheels. It's going to get things kind of going for you. So where you can kind of go, oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh, I didn't think about high intensity interval training. Someone might have hashtag HIIT, and you're kind of going, oh, duh. So there's going to be some things that you're going to be able to find through social media. You can do the same thing sort of in Facebook. I would say you can probably scour more for keyword terms through the search bar and then find them inside groups and things. Which, by the way, that's another little tip for you. If you're looking for niche groups, use some of your keywords from your book. That's one of the greatest ways to get a hold of yours. Now, what is one of your tools?
I love Instagram.
Instagram.
For both personal and business. Yes, because there's pretty pictures.
Okay.
And people love pretty pictures, and it's so popular. And I just like scrolling through and getting ideas for my business.
Yeah, I've tried Instagram so much. Actually, fun fact, I have an Instagram here profile here, folks. I do get on there sporadically. It just never occurs to me. I'll get on Twitter more often. But I play with Instagram more with our cat. Our cat actually has her own profile, believe it or not. Follow her at Izzy Whiskerface. So, but that's a lot of the people are like starting to unsubscribe and tune out now. Sorry, guys. Sorry. But yeah.
I just enjoy it. It keeps my focus a little bit too much sometimes, but
What are your thoughts on, say, something like a Pinterest?
I think a Pinterest is a great idea. I think they're definitely a very similar audience, but I think they're different as well, and I think you can get some great ideas on both. I do use both.
Oh, good. What's shaking, Woo Boo? It's good to see you in the house. How am I able to put it on 2x speed if this is live? Ah, darn it all. I can't. You're going to have to wait until we get off. We'll be another 20 minutes, and we'll probably take another 20 minutes beyond that to kind of process 2x speed. I am a 2x speed person myself. So, yeah, it's like, expedite things. I want to know what the next point is. So yeah, Pinterest I had heard was really good resource. I unfortunately don't use it at all. It stopped. LOL.
Crazy cat lady.
Monique says
good
crazy cat.
Monique.
Monique, good to see you in the house. She hopefully received her new. Actually, she did confirm with me that she received her Eat, Sleep, Right, Repeat shirt, and so it's awesome. That just goes to show you never know what's going to happen when you show up live here, which, by the way, going into the new year, we're going to be doing more things like that with you folks. So stay tuned. We're going to be doing more giveaways and things like that. But for right now, since we're in the mess of a Q4, we're going to kind of just hammer through the rest of this year. And then you're going to see some great big upgrades here on the channel. So just hang in there here, folks. All right, so next up, number 3. You got this one.
Google Trends.
Google what?
Google Trends.
Okay, you got to explain what Google Trends is, and you're falling off the screen.
Sorry. Without going into screen share, I just learned this like 6 months ago. You can type in, like, let's just say, I don't know, romance. If you just type in something like romance and scroll maybe halfway down the page, you'll see other popular keywords related to romance, and you'll be able to see the increased popularity in those. So that could also give you some keyword ideas for either your current book or any possible book for the future.
Yeah. Fun fact, the 90-day home workout plan, my very first big hit in the business, I was kind of perplexed. I was at that point where the things I was doing wasn't working. I was putting these catchy titles together. There was no real keywords to them. I was just like, this is clever. This is going to sell, see? And it didn't quite work out in my favor. So I reached out to a friend of mine and I said, hey, man, if you were looking for this, what would you call it? And he's like, well, what is it? I'm like, it's a 90-day workout plan. He's like, I'd look up that. I'm like, what? Well, what about workout program? What about workout routine? Then I was able to suss out a good answer through Google Trends. What I did was I go over to Google Trends and I would enter workout plan, comma, workout program, comma, workout routine, comma, and then add up anything. And then what ends up happening is Google Trends will put it together and it'll show you which is performing the best out of some of them. And that was where I was able to pick up workout plan. Now, this has been a few years. It may have changed. The tides could have turned. Program could be bigger now. Routine could be bigger. Who knows? Either way, workout plan has been pretty nice because it does bring me a nice little chunk of change in. And the brand's been very well to me. So Google Trends is going to kind of help those of you out there that are indecisive. How many people are indecisive? Put your hands up. You better put your hand up. I know. I know you're indecisive. Which, by the way, everybody probably is loving your shirt today. I don't feel like working today.
Which I don't know if it's true, but I just like that shirt. So yeah.
So yeah, Google Trends is a good one. Is there any other comparable? Can you still do the same thing through just a cold Google search at all?
Not what I just suggested,
Yeah.
because if you type in, you could, just type in romance and see what, pops up. You might be able to, I just thought of one. Go to the thesaurus, type in romance, see what other similar keywords.
There you go.
So,
it's
bonus.
Yeah, there's a bonus. There's an extra tool for you. It's free. It's free. That's the thing is you don't have to overthink the keywords you want to put on there. We're not saying that all the keywords are going to be sound or that great. You'll be able to flush out a good choice when we tell you number one. Okay? Number one, we're saving the best for last. So you got to stick around till we say number one. And hang in there, we're almost there. So Google Trends, definitely, probably one of my favorite ones. I use Google Trends, and we can actually kind of tie together almost the entire Google ethos, because AdWords is another great one. If you don't have a Google AdWords account, highly recommend you get it, because it has something that's called the Keyword Planner. It doesn't cost a dime to do Google AdWords, okay? And it seems a little overwhelming at first, but you get yourself an account set up. Go in, use the Keyword Planner, and that's another way to research and find out what's hot and what's not right now. And you can find some really good long-tail keywords. All right, so now that we got those things out of the way, which, by the way, Walter Wayburn in the house. I see you, buddy. All right, I got number two then, right?
Yep.
Number two. This one is endorsed by me, okay? And I've already name-dropped them anyway, so we're just going to say it again. My good boy, the Kindlepreneur Dave Chesson, put out a tool called KDP Rocket. KDP Rocket is a great keyword research tool. And if you want further details about it, head over to selfpublishingwithdale.com/KDP Rocket. I talked a little bit about it in my review of his 5-day AMS course. It's a free course, folks. You don't need to have KDP Rocket. I would really recommend, if there's any time that you spend any time on doing Amazon Marketing Service ads, it's this time of year. And one of the ways it's going to expedite your process and getting things kind of rocking and rolling is that KDP Rocket. But that's a paid product, and I'm sorry, it eludes my mind right now. It was like $30 or $40 for lifetime access and lifetime upgrades. And it doesn't sound like Dave's going to be letting KDP Rocket go anytime soon from our conversation today. So I know you haven't really tried it before, have you?
I don't like paid services. I just like sticking with the basics. It's not even a money thing. It's just a lazy thing. I just prefer to do, what we're going to talk about next. And I guess that's why I use intuition. So it's just something else for me to keep track of. And there's enough going up in this head. So I don't think you should have to pay for a service. Sorry, Dave Chesson. I don't know you. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah, and some people are probably perplexed. They're probably confused. And I'm going to tell you, spoiler alert. Okay, going to get that out of the head. I said spoiler alert one time, and I said the bad news first. So spoiler alert, the number one is not Keyword Tool Dominator, and there's a good reason for it. Keyword Tool Dominator is great. I'm not an affiliate for them. They don't have an affiliate program. I do like their stuff, but unfortunately, it's such a mess of keywords. They give me so many keywords that are outside of what I'm trying to look for that I spend a lot of time having to sift through the garbage. So with KDP Rocket, you can be a little bit more targeted and get it in there to where you can figure out some good keywords. And as well, they also find other categories and books within your category related to those keywords. So, hey, look, I understand if you're trying to save a buck. And here's the thing is, our Canadian buddy up north, not going to throw him under the bus. I love you, Darren. He buys a lot of things, and I think Kelly knows. And this is what she's stressing is she'd buy it, and she probably wouldn't use it, right?
I'd rather take my business money and spend it on something else.
Go to Dave & Buster's. Go to the casino.
Get more T-shirts.
Get more T-shirts. There we go. For me, I find it's a very helpful tool. Do I use it all the time? Not really, but I tell you what, it does expedite the process. So that is what I think about that KDP Rocket. Anybody else Have you tried the KDP Rocket yet? If so, drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you think about it. Before we go in to the number one keyword research tool in the Roberts household, what I need you to do is pop that thumbs up. If you really are enjoying this stream, make sure you hit that thumbs up. And of course, sharing is caring. Get it on out there with people that you know that are into publishing as well. I'm not checking out just yet because we're going to give you the number one in just a moment.
And then Q&A.
And then, of course, Q&A for our live viewers. Remember, we're going to be here next Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And big problem. Look, when I'm wrong, I come out and say I'm wrong here, folks. All right? Last week and probably the week before that, I've been plugging away the beta launch for my upcoming DIY publishing course. And I sent people to publishwithdale.com, and the landing page wasn't working. Yeah. So if you entered your email, I'd say in the last 24 hours, you probably got it on. If you tried before then, your name's probably not on. I've seen there's numerous hits on this landing page. So if you're interested in the beta launch, here's the deal. The first 50 people that are express interest, okay, the first 50 people that express interest are going to get 90% off the beta launch price. I just finished up module 2. I've got 3 modules to go. So that means technically by Monday, I should have the core content put together, and I'll probably have sent something out sometime midweek with news to the people that have expressed interest in the beta program. You're not committing to anything, and this is not an affiliate marketing email newsletter, okay? It's literally just a notification. So all you got to do is go to publishwithdale.com, enter your email, enter your name, and I will personally get back to you. It's not an autoresponder, by the way. So there's not going to be like a freebie that comes down. I'm literally looking for the first 50 subs. So I've already got a good handful of people. I'm still looking for some more. If you're interested, definitely. And here's the perk. All right? Those people that get in the beta program are going to get free 1 month of group coaching. Free. Okay? But that's only for the first 50 people. You got to be in, got to get yourself signed up. So now, let's get to the number one best keyword research tool for self-publishing books.
Incognito mode.
Incognito mode. Yes. So, incognito mode. What is this? What is this?
It's also on my phone known as private mode.
Uh-huh.
Pretty much, it's a setting. For Macs, it's Command-Shift-N. I don't know what it is for PC. It's pretty much you search Amazon.
Control-Shift-N. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that would be for Chrome browsers, by the way, folks. So it's not going to work for all browsers. That specific.
Okay. Well,
shortcut.
Most people use Chrome. I know not all. But pretty much allows you to search without any search history.
Mm-hmm.
So you can, because whenever you search on Amazon, Amazon sort of has, is it cookie you? I don't know if that's the right term, but they kind of know about you.
Mm-hmm.
So they present the keywords that they might think you want. So the keywords might be skewed. So if you do incognito mode for Amazon, you can get up to date what the popular ones are. Bam. Yep.
That's the best way she just described it. I heard about doing incognito mode by, once again, got to name drop this guy, and I even say inside our interviews, Dave Chess, and I heard him on Authority Self-Publishing Podcast, which I highly recommend if you haven't had the opportunity to listen to any of their previous episodes. Go listen to that. It's hosted by Barry Davenport and one of my personal favorites in self-publishing, Steve Scott. And on there, they had interviewed Dave, and Dave talked about keyword research. And this whole time, anytime I was researching, one of the ways I did was I got into the Amazon browser. I always narrowed it down to the category in the search bar. So you get into your search bar, you hit the drop down, you go to Kindle store, or if you're researching print books, you just go to books. All right. And then I would start to type in one broad keyword and just wait for the auto-suggest to fill. And I thought, oh, well, that's good. Well, here's the problem is I've already got my browser tainted with my history of searches and purchases and whatnots. So Amazon is going to tailor the experience that I have, okay, based on my previous history. So the best way to do that to get rid of that, so where you can see a more generalized overview of what Amazon, what people are looking for in general, go into that incognito mode. If you don't know how to do it, just do a quick search, or you can, like I said for my wife, she said Control-Shift-N. You just go ahead and hit that. Our Mac users, I see you out there. You're going to hit Command-Shift-N as in new, and it'll open up a black browser. It'll have like the spy glasses and hat, and then you just go ahead, get into Amazon, open up the Kindle store, and start to do your keyword research that way. And it's a free tool. It costs nothing. How are you doing? How do you capture your keywords when you do this? So we're going to talk about our systems here before we jump into Q&A. What are you doing when you research it?
I go through the alphabet.
Really?
Yeah.
Give me an example. So,
for example,
let's say you're going to be doing a book on wrestling.
I would probably type in wrestling A, wrestling B, wrestling C, yada, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would do wrestling for A, wrestling for meaning F-O-R,
Mm-hmm.
B, yada, yada, yada. And then I might even go into the thesaurus, type in wrestling, and see what big major words I might have missed, and then go that way. But I would still probably go to number 5 with intuition and see what other words I might want to do that whole ABCD.
So sometimes it's a case of not just being some of these best tools, it's sometimes fitting them together and combining them and really getting it to where it work together.
When I do that for incognito mode, my keyword research also turns into niche research, because it might pop up something that I never thought of before that I could use with something else. So.
Nice. For me, my process is very similar. Obviously, intuition is going to be a huge thing for me. What I will do is I'll just type in, let's just say, for instance, I'm putting out a book on knitting. There we go. And I'll type in the word knitting, and I'll press spacebar, and I'll see what's going to drop down as far as the auto-suggest, and then I'll just screen capture it. Because when I do my keyword research, I just try to do it in sprints. I will do it like 5-10 minutes at a time, and I'll just rapid fire screen capture things. Every now and then, if I find a specific word that's kind of dry, that's when I'll start to go into, say, like knitting A, knitting B, knitting C, knitting D, and I'll start to go through the whole scope of those things and see if I can find things. Another thing that I'll do every now and then is I'll find the top auto-suggested keyword. I'll click on it, and then I just scroll through the very first 16 books that are presented to me inside the search, and I'm going to look for common words, commonalities, and try to pick out some of the things. So this is where intuition sometimes works as well, and just observation, seeing what got these guys on the first page placement. And every now and then what I'll do is I'll look at those top few, and I'll look at the bottom few. It sounds kind of crazy, but when you listen to Dave Chesson's interview, he's going to explain to you why. But in any event, when you hit that top few ones, it's because most people are going to be buying those.
And there are some patterns to them. If you can pick up on the patterns, it's going to be good.
It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. So that is really our top 5 best keyword research tools. We wanted to kind of keep today's broadcast kind of buttoned down. So we're open to the floor for questions. Kelly's going to kind of go through here, thumb through it. As a reminder, as she's going through the question and answer, don't forget this coming Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As soon as I get off, I'm going to post this live, which, by the way, we have right now the next 12 weeks of live stream all set up, all right? And so that means that we're going to have these things booked out so you guys aren't knowing last minute, oh, well, gosh, I wish I would have known that they were doing keyword research tools. I would have tuned in. We'll start to give you these things in advance. It'll be on the channel and available. And hopefully, maybe I can talk to my good pal Ava here, and we can maybe set up a calendar on my page, and we can get that to where you know what's going on. So, questions? Speaking
of Ava, this is just a comment. Anyone who needs free help figuring out Twitter, hit her up. Let's see, that was a job. Wooboo asks, do you use a keyword search software to see demand? How many searches per month is a good category? No, I don't. So this is all you.
It was some time ago that I know that it was really hard to actually see what demand was and actual search volume was for a particular keyword itself. I think it was Keyword Tool Dominator that explained that anybody that can actually try to put a number on the amount of searches, it's inaccurate, especially a real-time keyword research tool. So no, not really. I think I'd used K-Book Promotions at one point or another, and they used to have um, that was more for the actual books themselves. So it wasn't necessarily niche space. So strike the K-Book Promotions one. So no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't typically look at search volume. You'll be able to find better idea on search volume through Google Trends and through Google AdWords. Google AdWords is a lot better when it comes to search volume. You'll be able to know based on low, medium, and high search volume. Maybe on a future broadcast, I'll sit down with you folks and maybe do a screen share and show you exactly how I set up ads through AdWords. AdWords is, if you've done Facebook, put your hands up. Anybody done Facebook ads? If anybody's done Facebook ads, say so. Because if you've done Facebook ads, you can definitely handle Google AdWords. Don't let the people kind of tell you going, oh, Google AdWords is terrible, doesn't work. Yes, it does. It does. Just like the same people that say Facebook ads don't work. Facebook ads work. You're not going to have a hit right out the gate. If you think that you're going to be able to throw $5 per day at something and expect for you to make thousands of dollars, you've got another thing coming. So, but at any rate, hopefully one of these days we'll get to that.
Questions. We've had a few comments, people waiting for your course. Some people
Yep.
signed up for the email, so thank you for the support.
Yes, please. And if you did sign up, okay, I just commend you. Thank you very much. Just go back to publishwithdale.com, enter your email again, and if for some reason it's a duplicate, they'll let you know. But for some reason, the landing page wasn't working before today. So I had 3 emails on it, I think it was, before it crashed some point or another.
Do you guys use merchant words? Their algorithm works off of autocomplete as well. I've had one person come do it for me.
Mhm.
I don't want to spend the monthly fee. I don't know if there's a trial or not. But and the report she gave me, I really couldn't see a difference in my sales or not.
I thought I'd heard merchant words before.
Yeah, it's a lot of FBA people use it, so I don't know if it's really successful for Kindle, but I guess keywords are keywords, so.
Yeah. You know, and here's a really good one, and actually, this is going to be a little bit next level, and this might go over some people's heads, and my apologies if it does. Amazon Marketing Services is actually, it's not restricted to Kindle. For us publishers, yes, it is. If you end up getting, let's say, an Amazon Vendor Express account or an Amazon Advantage account, which does cost, you can actually get an Amazon Marketing Services done for your physical products. And on those physical products, if you were, say, run an auto campaign, okay, just an auto targeted one, they actually will start to present you with the keywords that are drawing in the audience. So that's another way, but like I said, that's a little bit next level, and I didn't want to throw that one out there because some of you are like, "Whoa, how do you do that?" And it's really difficult to get a Amazon Vendor Express account, and Amazon Advantage is about $100 per year. And I think, according to our Canadian buddy, we're just going to start calling our Canadian buddy. Our Canadian buddy actually has an Amazon Advantage account, and he says that there's some features that are inside the Vendor Express account that he doesn't have in Amazon Advantage.
Oh, okay.
So pretty interesting, right?
Yeah.
Any other comments?
It's a general question about your course.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
I don't even know the answer. So, is the beta course for what level of self-publisher?
It actually is going to be starting out. It's going to be handheld from the very beginning, beginner level, okay, and then the very next portion. So right now I'm filming core content. This is just like literal newbie from scratch, fresh off the street, going into self-publishing, and then I'm going to take you up to the next level. So beyond the core content, it's what I'm going to be calling the advanced content. Wow, that's kind of crazy, right? Didn't go too difficult. It's the 1-month group coaching program that's going to be the most significant because I'm going to take you from where you're at now and up to the next level on that. So that is going to be the huge thing. So with this beta program, you're going to be getting access automatically to the core content, And then you're going to start to see as I add and build things on. And in the meantime, get, of course, the 1-month group coaching program. I don't have an exact launch date. Unfortunately, I'm running into some snags. So if you haven't had an email from me, it's not because I'm ignoring you. I promise you on that. It's just that I want to make sure everything's in order. So probably sometime this next week, anybody that gets signed up, you're going to get an email out letting you know what's up and a better idea as far as what the launch date is for beta launch. After the beta launch, I'm telling you this, it's going to be 30 days for the beta launch. After that, forget about it. I'm putting it up full price, and time is money. So make sure that you get in on it while you can. So in any event, I didn't want to get too far off the beaten path.
How important is it to link paperbacks in a Kindle book? It's taking forever to get the formatting and everything together.
Jacutie Pie, that is a really good point. Actually, it should take up to 72 hours in order to link your Kindle to your paperback. In the event that beyond, 73 business days is technically the verbiage for it. If you find that your Kindle book and your paperback book aren't linked up for some reason or another, there might be some kind of discrepancy in your metadata that's not matching up and Amazon's not catching on. So get a hold of either... Well, I would go to Amazon first. Just go into your KDP dashboard, scroll down to the bottom, hit contact us, and let them know, hey, I've got this ASIN, which would be your ebook, and I've got this ISBN. These two products are the same. Can you please link these together? And they'll typically get back to you within 24 to 48 hours that they'll get it linked together. How important is it? I wouldn't say it's going to be the death of your book, but it certainly helps to have those options available, especially this time of year. Because during Q4, you know what's going to end up happening is some people are going to probably search for specific books. I find that I get more paperback sales than I do ebook sales altogether. And if they find your ebook but they don't have the paperback, they're going to be going, So I would really recommend get hold of KDP as soon as you can, as soon as we get off here, and let them know what's up. ASIN, ISBN, get them linked. Same thing goes for the audiobook. I typically go right to Amazon for these things.
And I agree. Nonfiction is even more important, especially for this time of the year.
Yes. Nonfiction, most importantly, yes.
Do you put links at the end of your ebooks to your author's site or other books?
Yes, I do, actually. That's a great idea, and it is actually 100% okay to do that. It's, using links to try to manipulate page reads on the KDP Select system that'll get you in trouble. But absolutely. I actually pimp my website at the beginning of my book, and I'll pimp it at the very end of the book. And as far as going to your books, if you can, get some kind of a landing page that has the catalog of your books, because you can monetize it through Amazon Associates. That's just one of the best ways to kind of do things. Not to go too far in depth about this, but I would just recommend, send them to the other books. And Draft Digital does a great auto formatting, as well as, I think it's called like books, link to books or something like that. Or essentially it just does like a universal link for all your books. So that's one of the nice things about not being exclusive to KDP Select is using Draft Digital. You can get universal book links put in there. So regardless of where somebody's at, they can go to their specific region and their specific preferred store and buy your book. So.
Alvaro got in late.
What's happening, Alvaro? It's good to see you, buddy.
They also use Kindle Spy.
Kindle Spy. There you go.
Yeah, we also mentioned he uses KDP Rocket. And we mentioned that was our number 2.
That was our number 2.
He uses it.
Yep, that was our number 2. I'm glad you chimed in. KDP Rocket was their number 2. Yes, awesome. All right, well, let's start to wrap things up. Remember, this next Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be doing a very special live stream because we won't be here next Thursday. Next Thursday will be a special, ultra, secret, self-publishing interview with somebody big. I'm going to be delivering somebody big for you, so you don't want to miss one. It's going to send your eyebrows for sure. But you're going to see the two of us next Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're actually going to be doing... I don't know what we're going to be doing. I got to look at my cheat sheet. I'm sorry here, folks. We are going to be talking... What are we going to be talking about? Our best free resources for self-publishing. Come on, Dale. Get with the program. You can tell I'm tired. You can even see, there's a blood... this eye's getting bloodshot, I think it is. Everybody's going, oh, thanks, Dale. Appreciate you sharing that. And of course, don't forget, today's stream was brought to you in part by Grammarly, the world's best online grammar checker, as well as plagiarism detector. It's one of my preferred tools. I've had a review about it. Make sure that you go take a look at their free account. Get yourself signed up for that, or get the premium account, which I highly recommend. You go to selfpublishingwithdale.com/Grammarly. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you share it with somebody else who's into publishing too. In the meantime, and in between time, it's been Self-Publishing with Dale and
Kelly.
we'll see you soon.